Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I am Nicole and I live here in India. And today I'm with my very good only friend, sometimes only friend, Laurance. And she is here to help me watch a video from Think School. We like watching from Think School. They have some really good things. And this is like a business case study on Reliance and SHEIN. And will Reliance and SHEIN destroy Zara, H&M, and ZUDIO? That's the name of the video.
ZUDIO.
Oh, I said that wrong. Yeah. ZUDIO, no, ZUDIO.
Yeah.
I told you guys sometimes I can read and sometimes I can't.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm here to correct the mistakes.
You're here to correct the mistakes, like any good Frenchy would. Yeah.
I thought that was nice, but okay.
Doesn't have to be nice, it just has to be true. All right, people, let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, give me your like, give me your subscribe, and let's go.
Hi everybody, Mukesh Ambani is beginning a fashion revolution with the most powerful brand in the world. And this brand goes by the name SHEIN.
Have you heard of the company SHEIN?
It's SHEIN.
Shine.
I say SHEIN.
It's SHEIN. It's the latest brand to take the fast fashion world by storm.
Let's stop it right here. Did you ever order from SHEIN?
No.
Okay, I did. A lot. And they got good stuff, people. Like, it was very, for the price. And I've said before, that's the problem. We've talked about this. Yeah. Like, fast fashion isn't good for the world, like globally. It's not a good thing.
So it depends. There are different level of fast fashion, but the cheapest it is, the worst it is for the environment and for the workers who are there.
I totally get it. Did I still love it? Yes. I think that was one of the more difficult things for me to give up. I even said, like, when India banned all of the things from banned everything from China. Like, I didn't care about TikTok. I never used it. It wasn't something I was, really interested in. And quite frankly, I was okay with my kids not having access to TikTok, but it was the SHEIN that really got me. But it did even say before, it's probably better that it was taken away because I found it difficult to not shop SHEIN. And it is better for the environment. It is better for the people if people are not using it. H&M is also considered fast fashion, although I think theirs is a little bit higher quality. H&M also does have the opportunity where you can go and give away like your old clothes for recycling and things.
That's mostly greenwashing, but okay.
Yeah. Maybe. So it made me feel better about it.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Maybe that's the reason they do it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what they say. So that it was, I just personally, it was difficult for me to walk away from SHEIN. And I think probably a lot of people felt the same.
SHEIN isn't just fast fashion, it's ultra fast.
I have an obsession with ordering from there.
Y'all, the SHEIN package that I was waiting for arrived, so let's open it. A $500 SHEIN order, and it's really heavy, so...
Welcome to the world of
SHEIN.
It was reported the fashion startup was worth $100 billion, which would make it more valuable than H&M and Zara combined.
And I must tell you that this entry of SHEIN is so threatening that it is going to put ZUDIO, Zara and H&M all in deep trouble. Now, if you remember, in 2020, the Indian government banned Chinese apps over data privacy.
The Indian government has banned dozens of Chinese-owned apps over apparent security concerns.
More than 200 Chinese apps have now been pulled off the Indian market.
And there were two big giants who got kicked out of India. One was TikTok, which was the fastest growing social media platform in the world, and the other was a legendary fashion brand that we all know today as SHEIN. And if you think SHEIN is just another fashion brand, look at this. Zara and H&M are the most successful fast fashion brands in the world. In 2024, while Zara with 2,200 stores generated a revenue of $29.1 billion, H&M with 4,300 stores stood at $22 billion. Whereas SHEIN alone generated a revenue of $48 billion. So if you see, SHEIN generates almost the same revenue as H&M and Zara combined, and that too with 0 stores in the world. Yes, SHEIN has absolutely no stores in the world, and yet it is almost equivalent to both Zara and H&M combined.
Okay, I'm stopping it here because I never thought of Zara as a fast fashion brand. Have you thought of Zara as a fast fashion brand? Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But there are a certain number of factors which make them fast fashion.
Fast fashion?
Now, SHEIN, like she said, is not fast fashion, it's
ultra fast
fashion. So it's all about how many items in the collection you have, and how long it takes between the design to the
production process.
And for SHEIN, it takes I think it's less than 2 weeks.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now SHEIN is back in India to wage a fast fashion war against the most formidable brands like Zara, H&M, ZUDIO and Snitch. And it's not just SHEIN the mammoth, but SHEIN the mammoth with the godfather of Indian business who goes by the name Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani.
Chinese fast fashion label.
They're back?
Apparently they are. Don't get on your horse. It's a very bad thing for the planet.
Very bad thing.
That's not the only problem. The problem is also that the kind of chemical they're using
in the clothes,
clothes is bad for you, and it's way above the
legal limit, right?
The legal limit. And Europe is actually trying to ban
SHEIN.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But I didn't know they were back.
Yeah.
SHEIN has made a comeback into the Indian market.
Reliance Retail has brought back the very popular app SHEIN back into India after it was banned in 2020.
Our partnerships with ASOS and SHEIN will bring trendy fashion products to the Indian market.
This partnership with Reliance is seen as a win-win.
This move puts the China-based ultra-low-cost, super-fast fashion brand in direct competition with Myntra and Tata Group-owned ZUDIO in the affordable fast fashion space.
So the question is, how on earth does the world of fast fashion work? How did SHEIN become the godfather of fast fashion in the world? And with SHEIN and Reliance both in India together, what exactly is going to happen in the Indian fashion market? Masterclass. The story of SHEIN begins in 2008 China, while the Western world was grappling with the worst economic crisis of the decade.
What the heck is going on down here? I don't know. All of a sudden here, we started hearing screaming, bye,
It didn't work.
It broke.
Do you remember the meltdown in 2000?
The what?
The meltdown in 2000.
No.
The global financial.
No.
No?
No. I think I was in France at that time and couldn't care less.
And couldn't care less. I was in the Bay Area at that time, just like a baby. So of course I don't remember. No, I totally remember. I was working in the Bay Area. I lost my job. My boyfriend lost his job. Everybody lost their jobs. It was a really difficult time to be in the Bay Area, particularly when this was all going down. So I definitely remember, being the 10-year-old that I was.
Well, I was studying actually.
Were you studying at that time?
Okay. I don't remember.
Down, the machines broke down.
Fear came back into the market in a very big way.
Now it's official, we are in a recession.
It is definitely a very, very difficult time, and it's not going to get better quickly.
People are seeing this, and those memories of fear are coming back.
The Dow tumbled more than 500 points after two pillars of the street tumbled over the weekend.
Some people say this doesn't stop until the housing gets bought.
But while the West was grappling with a recession, a Chinese entrepreneur named Chris Su found a business opportunity that almost seemed like a goldmine. Now, from the look of it, if I tell you that Su built the biggest fashion brand in the world, what could be his background? Most people would guess that he would be a fashion genius or a tech genius or at least a retail genius. But you know what he specialized in? He specialized in none of these skills. As it turns out, he specialized in something called search engine optimization. So he basically knew how to rank his website when you search things on Google. So the question is, how did an SEO specialist beat a 49-year-old brand like Zara and a 77-year-old brand like H&M? Well, it all started when he spotted a golden opportunity in China's manufacturing sector. So he noticed that one product category that was exploding in e-commerce in both the US and Europe was this category of wedding dresses. At the time, just like a lehenga in India sells for 3 lakhs and 30 lakhs, even though its making cost is barely 30,000 rupees, a bridal gown could cost over $1,000 to $3,000 in the West. And by the way, guys, even if the lehengas cost you 30,000 rupees, they don't cost more than 3,000 rupees to manufacture if they sell at 30,000 rupees. And when
So he only went to like 1,000 to 3,000 or something, but most wedding dresses in the US cost much more than that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know anyone really that got married in a dress that was less than, I think, 6,000. So, I mean, I think his numbers here are really low, particularly for wedding gowns.
When Sue understood this magical equation, something hit him. He did the math and he understood that if he used the Chinese suppliers, they could produce the same gowns at 1/10 the cost. So Sue launched a website in 2008 called SHEIN to sell wedding dresses from Chinese manufacturers directly to global consumers. And he did it with zero inventory. Yes, zero inventory. How? Well, SHEIN was essentially a drop shipping venture, as in it was a digital middleman with no inventory of its own. So Sue would post photos of dresses and apparel sourced from Guangzhou's sprawling wholesale markets. When a customer placed an order, only then would SHEIN purchase the item from the supplier and then ship it out. This model meant zero inventory risk and extremely low operating costs. And when SHEIN offered crazy discounts on the gown, the consumers in the West were willing to tolerate longer delivery times in exchange for rock bottom prices. Then by 2010, Sue expanded the catalog to broader women's fashion while still relying on third-party wholesalers for merchandise. And he did exactly the same thing. His company spotted trending styles at unheard of prices, used SEO to draw international traffic to its website, and made a ton of money with zero inventory risk. But the question over here is, drop shipping is not enough to beat Zara and H&M, right? Then the question is, how did SHEIN go from drop shipping to becoming the godfather of fast fashion? Well, this is where the fast fashion supply chain comes in. Now people, here's what you need to understand about the fast fashion supply chain and where exactly does the gold mine lie. Look at this. The fast fashion supply chain starts with trend spotting, then goes to designing, then to manufacturing, then to shipping, store presentation and feedback, and then it comes back to trend spotting again. So let's understand this block by block. The first block of the puzzle is data analysis, as in how efficiently can a brand detect and analyze emerging trends from global fashion scenes. So SHEIN deployed some cutting-edge AI predictions and data analysis over here. SHEIN's process starts not on the designer's sketchbook, but with data. Every day, SHEIN analyzes mountains of customer behavior data to identify emerging fashion trends in real time. This intense data scraping includes app searches, browsing patterns, social media trends, and purchasing history. So through this data, they predict which styles, which colors, and which patterns are heating up and in which location. For example, if there is a sudden spike in searches for oversized streetwear or a particular dress style is going viral on TikTok, SHEIN's trend spotting AI will flag it. These insights feed directly to SHEIN's design teams, who can create new product samples in a matter of days and they quickly pass it on to the manufacturer. Then comes the second block of the puzzle, which is speed, as in how quickly can the insights from trend spotting be communicated to the design and production teams. Here, SHEIN built a smart supply chain centered in Guangzhou. This smart supply chain connected more than 6,000 small garment factories through a common information system. So it's almost like thousands of restaurants in India being connected by Swiggy. And then they have their own proprietary system known as LATR, or Large Scale Automated Testing and Reordering System. This system tracks the performance of every new product launch on the website and places the orders to the factory instantly. For example, if they notice that old money sweatshirts are frequently appearing in searches images and posts in regions like North America and Europe, within days, SHEIN's design team sketches and develops a few variations for these old money sweatshirts, and they quickly create digital and physical samples to see how they look in reality. Once the designs are approved, the details are then sent to factories. And now, in SHEIN's smart chain, as soon as the factories get this data, they quickly produce about 50 to 100 units per design to test the market response. And as soon as these sweatshirts are available on SHEIN's website, the company monitors sales data very closely. And here's where the large-scale automated testing and reordering system tracks how well each sweatshirt is selling. So if these old money sweatshirts sell out quickly and continue to generate high search volumes, the latter system automatically places orders for larger quantities. And conversely, if these sweatshirts don't perform well, the production is halted immediately, which minimizes their inventory waste and financial loss. And then the same factories move on to the next big trend. Now, if any one of you have ever tried importing from China, you would know that the biggest roadblock when it comes to Chinese factories is MOQs, or minimum order quantity demand. For those who don't know, the Chinese vendors do not ever take orders for 50 or 100 pieces, especially for low-cost items like clothes. So they would always ask you to order either 1,000 or 10,000 pieces. But here's where SHEIN has a special superpower. SHEIN tells these suppliers that if they join the supplier network, they will get small orders, but they will get many small orders which will keep their factories running consistently. For example, if a supplier called Denim Craft partners with SHEIN, SHEIN may place an order for 100 units, but they will place these small orders 50 times a year. So Denim Craft gets a steady order of 5,000 units per year, which gives them both working capital and it allows them to maintain production levels all throughout the year. And in return, SHEIN can quickly get trendy denim style jeans that can keep pace with the fast changing fashion trends. So just like this, SHEIN has vendors who can do everything from jeans to shoes to t-shirts to sleepwear to gowns to every category you can possibly think of. And then comes the third block, which is speed and scale of manufacturing. As in, how quickly can the manufacturer rapidly produce and adapt to changing order quantities and designs all across the world. And here, since there is a factory for every category in China for SHEIN, there is no delay and everything happens at an unimaginable speed. Just to give you an idea, while Zara's supply chain can take a design from concept to store in 2 to 3 weeks, SHEIN often does it in as little as 7 to 10 days, sometimes even 3 days for certain hot items. But the challenge over here is that if these clothes are shipped by sea, it would take at least 20 days to go from US to China, right? And 25 to 40 days to go from China to Europe, right? Then the question is, how is SHEIN taking these orders from concept to store in 7 to 10 days? Well, here comes the fourth block, which is distribution, as in how effectively does the shipping strategy handle global distribution to various markets. So how does SHEIN ship from China all the way to North America and Europe if the ship takes 20 days? Well, they do that with air freight and not sea freight. So if SHEIN predicts a spike in demand for lightwear bomber jackets in Germany and New York, a factory in Guangzhou quickly manufactures 1,000 bomber jackets tailored to forecasted preferences, and these jackets are immediately shipped via air from Guangzhou to the airports in Frankfurt in Germany and New York in US. In Germany, the jackets arrive in Frankfurt and are moved to a local warehouse, and from there, they are distributed all across the country. Similarly, jackets arriving in New York are stored at a nearby warehouse to facilitate quick distribution throughout the United States. This entire process can happen in just 7 to 12 days. And here's where the fifth block comes in. The fifth block is store display, as in how quickly can the store display the products and how effectively can you market your product to tell your customers that you've got trendy clothes. And here, SHEIN simply leverages influencer marketing to gift clothing to young YouTubers, Instagrammers, and TikTok creators. And they've been so successful that by 2022, #SHEIN and #SHEINHaul content have already crossed 1 billion views on TikTok. Not a million, but billions of views on TikTok.
SHEIN hauls are typically young women showing off hundreds of dollars in merchandise. They've been going viral on social media since 2020.
We have a massive back to school SHEIN haul. This order was $200. Look at that, too expensive. I spent $500 at SHEIN.
Okay, I'm obsessed.
Guys, I placed a $500 SHEIN order and it came in the mail.
So this generates an insane amount of visibility, eventually resulting into an insane amount of sales. And then comes the last piece of the puzzle, which is the feedback loop. So after the product is bought, how quickly can the customer feedback be collected and analyzed to then drive decisions for the next cycle of production? This is where, again, using tracking, SHEIN sees which products are selling well and which products are not selling well. If they do sell well, more orders are placed in the Chinese factories. If not, the next trend is spotted and the next batch of production starts. This is how SHEIN broke Zara and H&M's duopoly with unmatched speed, extreme assortment, a digital-only model, and a disruptive marketing strategy. But even after all of this, when it comes to fashion and e-commerce, there is one big nightmare that every fashion aggregator and brand has to deal on a daily basis. And this is the problem of returns. So the question is, how does SHEIN handle it? Very simple. They usually allow customers to get one free return per order, and any additional return from the same order incurs a fee. So this discourages excessive returns and encourages customers to send back multiple items in one go, which reduces the logistics cost for SHEIN. And for low value items, they just let the customers keep the product. This builds loyalty and saves them a lot of processing and return logistics cost. So now the question is, if such a super high-tech giant company is coming to India, and that too with a cash machine like Reliance, what is going to happen in India? Let's understand this partnership first. SHEIN's return to India comes via a strategic tie-up with Reliance Retail, and it is structured as a licensing and technology partnership rather than a joint venture or equity stake. So Reliance Retail subsidiary Next Gen Fashion Limited operates the new SHEIN India platform, while SHEIN itself acts only as a technology provider and brand licensor. So this means Reliance fully controls the Indian business, including the app, local operations and customer data. And SHEIN has no ownership stake or direct control in the Indian entity. Under this partnership, SHEIN's Indian operations are being localized end-to-end, which means the SHEIN India app is developed, built and hosted in India by Reliance. And all products on this platform are designed and manufactured in India through Reliance network of domestic suppliers. And Next Gen Fast Fashion will source apparel from a wide network of Indian manufacturers who will produce SHEIN branded clothing locally. So this is a huge opportunity for Indian MSMEs in the clothing sector. So by marrying SHEIN's fast fashion expertise with Reliance's robust Indian operations, this partnership will localize SHEIN's entire business model for the Indian market. So while Reliance owns everything, it will pay a licensing fee to SHEIN to use its tech. If this is very clear to you, let's come to the impact of SHEIN in the Indian market. Firstly, if Reliance is able to match SHEIN's trend catching, and if it is able to partner with local MSMEs to produce dirt cheap trendy clothes, it will be a huge benefit for the MSMEs and a huge threat to Zara, H&M and ZUDIO. But considering Indian manufacturing costs, I don't think Indian manufacturers can match the prices of Chinese manufacturers, but if they do, it will be absolutely crazy. Secondly, since Reliance also has physical stores, SHEIN is now practically after ZUDIO. Because just like ZUDIO, SHEIN will make low-cost trendy clothes to hit the market. And lastly, D2C brands like Snitch will have to innovate, which I'm sure they will, to reduce cost, spot trends and run their operations in the most efficient way possible. Having said that, guys, we've shot a beautiful episode with the founder of Snitch, and it is one of the best episodes you will ever see if you want to learn about the fashion market of India. So if you're watching this video after March, click the link in the description to get a masterclass on fast fashion from one of the best entrepreneurs of India. And before we say goodbye, there are 3 very important lessons that we need to learn from SHEIN. Lesson number 1. Data-driven decision making is perhaps the most important thing in the game of skill. In this case, SHEIN's success is largely due to its ability to use real-time data to capture and react to fast-changing consumer preferences. And it's not just SHEIN. Snitch does this, Zara does this, and so does Manyavar. But the question is, how are you tracking your customer data, and how are you tracking market sentiment to modify your business? And if you need a masterclass on how to use data for scale, check out our podcast with Vedant Modi, who's the son of Ravi Modi, the founder of Manyavar. Secondly, as I keep saying again and again, efficiency is the most incredible stepping stone to scale and success. As Velumani sir once said, if the money comes from your customer's pocket, you can survive. But if the money comes due to floor efficiency, it will make you a millionaire. And lastly, always remember, when you're starting a business, the most valuable co-founder you can have is frugality. Mastering the art of operating with minimal resources while maximizing efficiency is the foundation of success. It's not about building a billion-dollar empire right away. It's about creating a sustainable business that can consistently generate cash flow and continue to grow. Frugality breeds creativity and efficiency fuels progress. So focus on those aspects and you will build a strong, lasting business that thrives in any market. That's all from my side for today, guys. If you learned something valuable, please make sure to hit the like button in order to make YouTube Baba happy. And for more such insightful business and political case studies, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
What did you think?
I think that it's not good news.
No?
No.
Not even for the Indian suppliers in the Indian market? No. Okay. I will disagree with you there. I mean, I think this partnership, he already said that they probably won't be able to match Chinese prices because it's the production's not happening in China. This will help Indian producers or suppliers. Whether it will help in a negative way or in a positive way, I guess that remains to be seen. If they push prices down and they keep, you know, things really, really, like, really cheap, then I think it could hurt. But I think it could have a positive, like if they use, or if they imply or use what am I trying to say? If they make it more, I guess, collaboration between the producers and the, you know, and the actual company, so that, you know, they're getting a good amount for what they're doing, then whether these guys are making it for ZUDIO or if they're making it for Zara, they're still going to be making money. Yeah, and they're still going to be able to employ people.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so
I think it's terrible news for the planet, and we are already paying way too much clothes than what we need.
That's true.
Definitely not the solution, but
I go into my daughter's closet and I already know that we buy way more than what we need. I take a look at mine, I could say the same thing, although I really have tried to make changes in the last few years where I buy pieces that, you know,
are of better quality and and not as bad for the environment. Good choice.
Well, yes.
SHEIN, bad choice.
I mean, I'm buying H&M, or Zara, which I guess is already considered fast fashion, but I'm buying, I would say, quality pieces that I'm not throwing away. Yeah, I mean, I'm buying pieces that are lasting for years, like my entire work, you know, uniform or my work clothes and everything.
And by having SHEIN here, it's not going to be that, and that's sad. So,
yeah.
No.
Okay. We'll see what happens. I actually was already trying to find them online.
Yeah,
I could not find it. The SHEIN.in website is still down. I'm not sure where it's located, if they have actually started yet or not. I'll take a look. I mean, I don't mind getting things, like I wear a lot of black t-shirts. I wear a lot of white t-shirts. These types of things, I get them now from H&M, but if I can get a better price, I'll probably buy them from SHEIN. I don't have to see what the quality is and what things look like. But this was a really interesting video. It actually does show, like, you know, the process. Yeah. And I didn't really, you know, I knew about fast fashion, but I didn't know why they were so fast. And it really broke it down into why.
Yeah, it was a very nicely done video.
And I mean, in terms of like the actual implementation or the innovation that SHEIN had, like, it really was, I mean, commendable, the way that they use data. You know, coming from, you know, the tech industry a few years ago, you know, there was this big thing about how data is the new oil. And I really didn't understand that until I was working with, a couple of teams that worked with data, and you could really see what you can do with data. And this company has done a lot more with data than I had ever really imagined. And, you know, it's amazing what you can do with data, and what they have done is, in terms of building their brand and their companies, it is pretty impressive, even if you don't.
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
impressive. It's sad news, but it's impressive.
All right, people. If no, that's all right. You don't have to. You always say sorry. We can disagree. You don't have to apologize. If you like the content, please give a like. Please give a subscribe. If you'd like us to react to something else, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. That's our reaction. As always, I love you, and we love you.
And bye.
And bye.